Hello, and welcome back to a Fishy Plant Man production. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of go on a little bit of a rant, I guess. Not really. I mostly just think it's funny. I went on to my gaming chat because, yeah, I play video games. But yeah, I went on to the gaming chat. I was like, okay, it's time for some gaming because I've been researching aquarium, pond, test equipment for a while now, and it's just time for a break and some gaming. So one person, apparently thinking I needed help, because I've been doing this for a while, so they suggested a fish forum, as if I need help. Because apparently you can't be looking for something for hours, it was hours, without needing help. You obviously don't know what you're looking for, apparently. Yeah, well, I do know what I was looking for. I just wasn't finding a lot of information. So, that went on, and the reason I had mentioned it at all was I was kind of hoping that the people that keep saltwater fish might chime in. And one of them did. Just basically long enough to admit that they didn't really know. They would ask their significant other, I'll call it. No, they're not gay. I just don't want to. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. One's one's a he and one's a she, right? But yeah. So the other person never really responded. I don't know why. Okay, the one person was going to ask the other, but nothing after that. Which is fine, because, well, I kind of made up my mind anyway of what I was going to do. I was just looking for a third option. Never really did find the third option. I thought I did, but it was kind of like trading something for basically the exact same thing. Like trading one of these fish, let's say this here parrotfish, trading him off for another parrotfish, maybe that one. Yeah, no significant difference between the two, just a trade. I can't remember which two it was now. I'm pretty sure one of them was the boss, and the other one, yeah, this one's not the boss, but I think it was him and the one on the far side. I don't think that middle one was involved. Anyway, yeah, just a trade basically for the same thing. So, yeah, probably not going to do that. I'll probably just use what I'm using and have a significantly better test for when I question the first one, if that makes sense. Yeah, help? Nah, not really. I just was looking for a third option that I never found. But everything's going well, other than I didn't find, that second option, third option, however you want to look at it. But the fish are doing great. The plants are doing great. I was going to do a test. Well, maybe I'll still do the test after the video. Just to see where the the nitrates are now. Yeah, I think I will. But yeah, still doing my water changes. Although I've noticed I've started falling into the same routine again of not doing them every single day like I said I would. Oh well. I'm that word a whole lot less. Okay? I don't think I've skipped like 3 days in a row. And I suspect that I've skipped like a week in a row before. Now I'm down to, like every other day, or maybe I'll skip 3 days at the most. So, we'll see. I really don't think I'm going backwards at that rate. So yeah, I just find it funny that when you mention something, it's like you're asking for help when maybe you're not. I've been doing this long enough. Yeah. It's not, I don't just ask anybody. I mean, like I said, the reason that I put it out there was hoping the saltwater person might have some input. For whatever reason, I didn't get the answer. Got as close as you can, but I didn't get the answer. And it doesn't really matter because, like I say, I think I've made up my mind that there doesn't really seem to be a middle ground. It's just, well, I guess technically I'm at the middle ground because you got your test strips. Just stick a strip in the... Those angelfish fighting over there. Just stick a strip in the water and pull it out. Wait a few seconds and see what all the little squares read. That's probably the lowest tech way to go. And then you can go with like your liquid test kits. Some people don't like the inconvenience of the bottles and the drips and the reading the shades. Well, you have to read the shades with the strips too. But you don't have to deal with, the chemicals that's just on the little piece of paper. So yeah, the Master Liquid Test Kit has always kind of been a go-to. I don't like the fact that, at least in my area, they seem to have gone to plastic test tubes when you buy a new kit. Well, the nice thing about the old ones is until you break them, you've got them. So I've got some old glass ones. I can probably, just use those and continue to use my Master Test Kit. And then there's the digital, the Hanna checkers, and those. I think the Hanna checkers are probably the best known, but different probes like that. Typically, your TDS probes. That would be the next step up. That's where I'm going. Digital. Took me some decades to get there, but that's where I think I'm going. Not really for these fish, but for the others I'm taking care of. Yeah. Taking care of some expensive fish now. I've said it, maybe it was on here, maybe it was someplace else. But one of these other fish cost as much as this entire 75-gallon setup. price of fish included. Now, granted, I didn't pay for these fish, but I don't think any one of them gets anywhere near $50 a piece. Maybe those angels, you know, if they were high quality angels, which they're not. I don't know, maybe even the parrots can get somewhere close to that. Depending on, you know, what kind of parrot they are. I am intentionally avoiding the first word in the name. YouTube's a little bit weird. Of course, they can't demonetize me. I'm not monetized, but yeah. Okay. So yeah. A more accurate, probably also more more expensive test kit. Maybe I'll review it. There's not a lot of fish channels like this. I don't even think that you'd see it much in marine aquariums. Yeah. It's just too expensive for the average hobbyist. Well, might be worth it at this point. Not for these fish, but for the others that are not my fish, so I don't know if I'll ever be able to show them to you or not. Either way, I'll let you go and talk to you next time.